Ever wish you had superpowers? I mean, for real? Well, what if I told you that you could develop some just by paying a little more attention to the world outside your window? Today, we're diving into some incredible skills inspired by some of the most amazing creatures on the planet, birds. Welcome to this Know and Go series. The whole idea here is that we learn amazing things, and we learn them fast. So let's just get right into it. Yeah, I'm serious. What if the secret to unlocking skills like laser focus, or a superpowered memory, or even just unstoppable motivation was literally fluttering right outside your house? It turns out our feathered friends have a ton to teach us. Okay, so superpower number one is observation. And look, this isn't just about, looking at stuff. It's about actually seeing what's really there. And we're going to learn from two absolute pros, and each one has a totally different style. So first up, we've got the falcon. Think about this for a sec. Imagine looking at a huge flock of birds, like thousands of them, and you can instantly spot the one that's just a little bit off. It's kind of like finding one single typo in a 10-page essay or that one wrong number in a really long math problem. That is the falcon's power: patient, laser-focused observation. Now, the falcon's way is incredible, for sure, but it's a bit of a waiting game, right? You wait, you watch, you find the weakness. But what happens if the thing you're looking for is totally hidden? Well, then you need a different strategy. You've got to get active. You've got to be more like a mockingbird. See, the mockingbird doesn't just sit around and wait for its food to show up. No way. It makes things happen. It flashes its wings open, which startles all the hidden insects, basically forcing them to reveal themselves. It creates an action to get a reaction. And the lesson for us? It's brilliant. Sometimes the best way to find an answer is to, poke the problem a little and see what moves. So there you have it, two totally different but super powerful strategies. You've got the falcon's way, which is perfect for careful analysis when the answer is right there in plain sight. And then you have the mockingbird's way, which is genius for uncovering hidden information. Depending on the problem you're solving, you can choose which superpower you want to use. But seeing things clearly, that's really only half the battle. Our next superpower is a total game changer. It's all about understanding the bigger picture. It's the power of context. Okay, check out these two birds. Seriously, look at them. At first glance, they're like identical twins, right? Both have that bright yellow chest, that sharp black V shape on it. You could totally mix them up. But here's the secret sauce. One lives in Africa and the other lives in America. And that one little piece of information, it changes everything. If you know where you are, you know exactly which bird you're looking at. See, context is the key. And it's the exact same thing in history class. Knowing when an event happened changes the whole story. Or in a science experiment, knowing the other chemicals in the mix is absolutely critical. Background info isn't just boring detail, it's the secret key that unlocks the entire puzzle. All right, you ready for the next one? This superpower is all about memory. And I'm not just talking about remembering your homework. Nope. We are talking about a level of memory that's so good it almost sounds made up. 80,000. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. 80,000. Seriously, could you do that? Imagine hiding 80,000 tiny little things all over your town. And then months later, you have to go back and find every single one. It sounds completely impossible, doesn't it? Well, let me introduce you to the mountain chickadee. This little bird weighs less than a pencil. It's tiny, and it does exactly that. Every single fall, it hides up to 80,000 seeds so it can get through the winter. And then, when everything is buried under snow, it finds almost all of them again. It's just an amazing reminder that, the most incredible power can come in the smallest packages. Okay, so let's recap. We've learned how to really see things, how to understand the bigger picture with context, and how to have a superpowered memory. For our last superpower, let's talk about what gets you fired up. Let's talk about finding your nemesis bird. So in the world of bird watching, a nemesis bird is that one bird you're just dying to see. You've been searching for it forever, but it just always seems to get away. It can be super frustrating, yeah, but it's also the very thing that keeps you going back out there, keeps you searching, and keeps you learning. But this idea is so much bigger than just birds. Your nemesis bird can be anything. It could be that one math concept you just can't seem to crack, or that song you're trying to master on an instrument, or, that impossible level in a video game that you just cannot beat. It's the challenge that pushes you to get better. So I want you to actually think about it for a second. What's your nemesis bird? What's that goal that really drives you? Because just identifying it, that's the first step. Chasing after it, that's how you grow. And that pursuit, that's what gives you superpowers. And that's our flight for today. Thank you for listening to this Know and Go episode. So keep your eyes open, because you really never know what you might learn.